twins.
Just like Mary-Kate and Ashley.
Yes! What up, world? I'm here with Miss Tessa Netting and I! And we are here to do a little something I've been wanting to do for a while, and that is Harry Potter questions that plague us. The unsolved mysteries of Harry Potter. Basically the questions that we would ask J.K. Rowling if we could.
I don't know if I'd be able to get a question out. I'd be so nervous.
Theoretically, if we could, and we could form sentences. What power do boggarts have? If a boggart turns into a Dementor, like for Harry, could they suck your soul? Do they just make you feel distressed, or do they just look like a boggart?
I don't know.
If it's a spider, is it venomous? I feel like the simplest answer is it just looks like whatever it is, and it doesn't have the powers. But then, it doesn't make sense to me that Expecto Patronum would work. You know? Oh yeah, Harry was definitely like still hearing his mom screaming, and he like fainted.
Yeah, so it's like...
It does something. Can it suck his soul out?
Why can't Harry see Thestrals after he kills Quirrell with his bare hands after the first... Actually, even like his parents died. And he was there.
Yeah, it's the question of, did his eyeballs see it happen?
In the movie.
He
was looking down and being like, there's my mom, she's dead, he was crying. So it's like, did he register that? Like, do you have to be old enough to register death?
I'm assuming that's a movie plot hole, and I think it's supposed to be different in the book, because I believe someone asked Jo that once upon a time, and her answer was that he fainted before Quirrell actually died. And I assume he was just in the crib and didn't see Lily or James, but...
Right. Thestrals, where do you come? When do you come in, these little cuties? Speak to us!
What rights do Muggle parents have? With wizard kids. Like, apparently Hermione's parents can go to Diagon Alley.
Right.
Can they go to other Wizarding World places?
Right. And what do they see? Like, are they... Yeah, that is...
So many questions in my mind about, like, the Statute of Secrecy in general. Like, when a wizard falls in love with a Muggle, when does it become okay to tell them, and when is it breaking the law? Is it, maybe it's like immigration, like, once you're married, you can tell her.
Because, like, even with, like, they talk about Lily when she was with Petunia, and when they were, like, talking about how they were proud to have a witch in the family and all that. They knew that she, like, you know, she was going to school and she was going home and showing the magic tricks, and it's just like, okay, like, is that allowed? Like, are they allowed to, like, did they go shopping with her? Did she have to go to Diagon Alley? Like, what, like... Ugh! And why is it 11? Is 11 when, or like around that time when your magical abilities start happening?
Is that like a puberty thing?
Right, that's what I thought. I was like, maybe it is. Like magical puberty. Just weird things just start happening at like a certain time.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
All these magical questions.
To what extent do Muggle governments know about the Wizarding World? Because they've mentioned talking to the Muggle Prime Minister and stuff, so obviously they know something, but like...
Right. I'm just even fascinated by the magical just government. Is it a dictatorship? Who like gets to vote? Do centaurs get to vote? Because they're like do they get half a vote? Do like magical creatures get to vote? Like, who's voting? This is a big one. Peter Pettigrew with Ron on the map as Scabbers. How did the twins not notice that? It's such a big like plot hole. They would know who Peter Pettigrew is.
Would they?
I feel like they would. Arthur and Molly were so tied into all. You don't think they ever mentioned?
I don't know. I think it's possible they either didn't know or forgot the name of Peter. Like, I can forgive that, but it's still the fact that, like, there was someone named Peter Pettigrew in bed with Ron every night for 3 years. Right. And they didn't, like, what? Maybe he wandered the castle at night more than we think, and that's why the twins never saw him.
With transfiguration, if you transfigure an animal into, like, an object.
Water goblet? What happens to the soul? Does it feel it? Is it conscious? Does it come back and it doesn't have any memories of it? What?
And does it, like, if you leave
Animal cruelty?
Does it go back? Or does it stay there until you untransfigure it? Like, if you're like, okay, bye-bye Scabbers, you're gonna be in the water goblet, and then you leave it there for like 10 years, is he just gonna stay
That's a human as a goblet.
Yeah. Human rat goblet, yeah. You like accidentally like transfigure an animagus and you didn't know.
I think that's part of the reason it didn't work properly when he tried it, but also his wand was broken.
Yeah, but that would make sense too.
I really want to know what wizards do as kids until they get a Hogwarts letter or whatever. Do they, and how they learn Muggle schooling. they learn to read? Do they learn any math
like
or
homeschool?
literature or science or geography or anything?
I feel like they have to learn how to write because like they can all write.
Yeah.
Like
And
they have to
read.
learn their alphabet.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like
Do
is
they have
there
a
school?
special like pre-wizard school where you just learn how to be a human? Or you just learn to like 5th grade levels?
I don't know. I feel like they would all be homeschooled.
How is Hermione not like, I was about to enter pre-algebra, like
Yeah.
I need to know this?
She probably just learned it anyway. She like has her Muggle books too. And is just like looking at them.
For a long time I thought that's what Muggle studies was, like you would study like Muggle courses, but
Wait,
it's
I
not.
love that. Actually. Do you want to talk about time turners?
Okay.
And how ridiculous they are, and how when you bring them into the picture, it's like, what? Why don't they use the time turners for something else? Why don't they use it for like Voldemort? Why?
Is it like if it's already happened and confirmed happened, then you know that nothing you could do could change it? Like in Prisoner of Azkaban, like how
right.
you saw him slice his axe down, but he wasn't actually hitting Buckbeak, you know?
So you would
Like
need.
from the beginning.
Oh, I see. Well, but I feel like J.K. Rowling felt that way as well. That's why she like destroyed them and stuff. She's like, whoops, okay.
Which brings us to the Department of Mysteries.
Oh man.
As far as unsolved mysteries of Harry Potter, Department of Mysteries is full of them.
It's a department.
What are those brains with tentacles for? What is the story behind that?
There were all these
There was a
different
room
rooms.
with like planets, and what does the veil do? I think the general
Oh, the
consensus
veil
is
is
it's like a
crazy.
portal to like the afterlife somehow. So when you cross through it, you go to the afterlife, so your body dies. So then my biggest question, one of my ultimate questions has always been what happens if a ghost goes through the veil?
Yeah.
Because a ghost is apparently someone who's
Right.
permanently stuck. They choose whether or not to be a ghost or not, and once they've chosen, that is the end of it, and you are stuck as a ghost for eternity. So
Right.
is the veil something the Ministry of Magic was trying to experiment on and work with as a way to give ghosts an option to pass on if they change their mind?
I feel like it totally could be, because that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
That if a ghost went through it, they could pass it on to the afterlife. Yeah, the veil was always crazy to me. Like when Sirius, like when that happened, I was like, wait, what happened? Like what?
Falls through the veil and is dead.
Speaking
According-
of Sirius, why didn't Harry just talk to him through his stupid mirror that like they gave him for communication specifically?
Harry's dumb.
Sirius gave you a mirror. Talk through the mirror.
Also, technology. I feel like that's the closest I've seen in the wizarding world. It's like Skype. Like they're Skyping through the flu powder, or they Skype through these like mirror shards, or the DA coins, like they
Right.
warm or vibrate or whatever. And that's as close as you get to like telephone communication,
like
whether it's
text
texting
messages.
or calling. Because owls are so inefficient.
Yeah.
Like, what? Flu powder, I feel like, is the easiest way we found,
Yeah.
and the method that's used the most often in the series.
It's like some things are so efficient, like apparition, and then some things are just not efficient at all.
I can Muggleborns come to Hogwarts and be like, I have this crazy idea, this thing I brought from home. It's called a ballpoint pen.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna write my homework with it.
Right.
Is there something in Hogwarts that does not let ballpoint pens work?
Maybe they're just not allowed. Maybe like they just
Sharpies?
have
Like, come on.
They have like, I know they're writing with like quills and scrolls, and it's just, like, Hermione's just like, oh, this is so inefficient.
Why does everyone still have glasses?
And yeah, why does Harry, like that would be so helpful for Harry if he didn't have to take on and off his glasses.
Yeah.
Like, just fix your eyes. How is there not like an eye fixing spell if there's a bone growing?
Yeah. Bone growing, they fixed Hermione's teeth.
Yeah.
Very simply, could you like clear skin?
Maybe Harry
with
liked
spells?
his glasses.
Yeah.
He wanted to keep them.
Dumbledore definitely did.
Oh yeah, Dumbledore's like, you should keep them.
I meant Dumbledore's glasses. Oh. But that works too. Who was Peeves? Wait, is there a difference between poltergeists and
and
ghosts
ghosts?
in the wizarding world? Like, was Peeves born a poltergeist? Or did he live as a wizard at some point? And he just became a ghost and he's mischievous, so then he's a poltergeist. Like, what's the difference?
So, why don't they have little straps for their wands? Like, around their wrists. Like, why?
Like Wiimotes?
Yeah! Wiimotes, they were thinking. And they're like, you know what's gonna happen? This is gonna fall out of their hands, so let's have a strap here.
Yeah, what if you were Expelliarmus and it just went... 2 minutes of J.K. Rowling. What do you ask? Why don't the wands have wrist straps? Come on.
What about like crimes? Like, are there wizard cops? Like, do the Aurors do all of the police work?
Do they do like theft and stuff?
Yeah.
Or
like,
is it just like big wizarding crimes?
Yeah. Is it like the army? Are they more like soldiers? Or are they more like like policemen?
I don't know. I feel like they're like FBI.
That's what I feel like too. But then who's
but is
the
there like a cop?
day-to-day cops? Well, it's like, okay, also this doesn't make sense to me. Why do they put all these people on trial when they can just use like the truth serum on them? Snape's like, got this, and then they find out the truth. Like, why do they have to put them through this whole like all the Death Eaters? Like,
is it that hard to make? Wizards are dumb. They didn't get normal human schooling. They only have a 5th grade education.
It all goes back to the schooling. Stay in school, kids. Even if you're a wizard, before you become a wizard, stay in school.
Wizarding world and Christianity.
I thought of this too.
They celebrate Christmas. They have, I think there was a church in Godric's Hollow, which I think is a full wizarding community. Was Jesus a wizard?
I feel they thought he
aren't
was.
miracles just magic?
We don't know what the wizards think of Jesus. Do they like that one thing about Muggle culture, so they just took it?
Yeah, they will just party every winter.
Are wizards religious? Are they? I don't know if they are.
I feel like Joe would probably say yes, but I don't know how it works.
How do you create a Horcrux? I want to know.
You want to know?
No, I don't want to create one. Only because Joe was like, this made my editor feel like really nauseous, and it was like,
so she knows
that?
Specifically.
That's what I mean. She told like her it was gonna be, and then they're like, no, don't put this in. So I was like, I want to know what it is. I want to know what's so gross.
I need to know.
Like, we can take it.
Pensieves.
Ooh.
Pensieves.
That's a good one.
How do they work? When you put a memory in the pensieve, can you still remember it at all? Is it foggy? You just remember, there's a thing on that subject that's in there, but I don't know what it was.
I feel like you would still remember it.
But Dumbledore said whenever his head was getting too filled
true.
up or like crowded, he would put it in the pensieve.
He wants to show Harry a memory that he knows is in the pensieve, so he knows about that memory.
Yeah. So he just has like
maybe
a title or like a topic, but he doesn't know the details.
Ooh, I have one. How big is the magical population? Just how many wizards are there?
Yeah.
Like one wizard to every 5 humans, 10 humans? Like, is it common? Is it not?
Good question.
Like, rather small.
I'm thinking maybe like 20%.
Yeah. There's only like Hogwarts for that whole like area, and Hogwarts is big, but it's not like, you even think about high schools. Like some high schools, those are like huge. Like the people that are mentioned, we know, but are there more people in Gryffindor Tower? Are there more people that are in his year? Like, how many people are in Harry's year?
I think Joe said at some point that there's 1,000 students.
Okay.
At Hogwarts.
Okay.
It doesn't look like that in the movies. In the movies, it's like 400 or something.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make sense that there's only like 10 people in Gryffindor in Harry's year.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense whatsoever if there are 1,000 people at Hogwarts.
Right.
But
well, that might just be the people that he was always with in class with or something. Like
maybe there were different dorm rooms.
Yeah, that would make sense too. But I don't know. Portraits were always weird to me. Another thing that was weird was like Felix Felicis. It's like, what, you just have this really good luck thing? Why didn't they give everyone a little bit of Felix Felicis before the Battle of Hogwarts? It's like, okay, let's all sprinkle a little bit on everybody. We're all gonna have a great time tonight. It's like, everyone take a swig, pass it around.
We're gonna give you some Felix Felicis and a time turner. Go save the world.
There you are, child. Go on your way. It must be hard to make or really rare.
Yeah, it's definitely at least very hard to make.
Portraits. What are their powers? How, can they, how do they, do they know all of their memories?
Yeah, how much of the person's brain do they actually have? Is it just the impression that the painter had of them? Are they painted? Magic painters? Is that a thing?
There's like a job of a person that just has to paint people. Like, whoa, that's crazy! That'd be insane! Is it his soul? Is it a part of his soul?
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. They've said that paintings are just memories of the person. Right? So I feel like it's someone else's memory or impression of the person.
And can they, get married to other paintings? Because they can go from, different painting to this other
finds a
painting.
Grindelwald painting.
What if there is? Like, Dumbledore like made a specific Grindelwald painting just so that he knew, like, when he moved on, he could be like, we're together at last.
Someone please write some painting fan fiction.
I want it. That'd be amazing.
That's just a few of our questions for you,
I
Joe
know.
Rowling. Please tweet us at Brizzy Voices at Tessa Netting if you have any answers to these questions.
Yes.
This is Luna.
This is Luna Lovecat. Say hello.
Oh. So thank you for discussing these with me, Tessa.
Yes,
These have been
always.
things that have been plaguing my mind.
I know.
It's just good to get them out.
I know.
And discuss the possibilities. I'm sure there's some that we talked about today that there are answers for that we just... So
Yeah.
if you know them or if you have any ideas, please leave them in the comments below.
Or if you have any
And
questions.
if you have any other questions, Harry Potter questions that plague you, unsolved mysteries, please leave them in the comments below because they're all just so fascinating to us. We're such Ravenclaws.
We want to know the answers.
We're filming another video, another Harry Potter themed video on Tessa's channel. Not sure if it's up yet when I've uploaded this, but if it is,
no.
it'll be on the screen and you can watch it.
Yes, please.
Yay! Okay, see you next week with a brand new video.